Greetings. Greetings is a good form of learning language. Young children at a very early age start greeting their elders. They love to do that. They love to use the word hello, and they love to say bye. Sometimes they just do the action, but they know the word is bye. Sometimes we notice children using such greetings which they listen from their elders. So greetings is a good way to teach manners to our students, to greet our elders, to greet people who are coming to our house, and to greet people whom we meet anywhere, any place in the city or nearby our house. So that is a good way. By greeting other people, the learners, they become familiar with the words, and it becomes a habit for them to greet. So that adds to their politeness. Therefore, the parents and the teachers are advised to use greetings very often when they meet children. Because when they are being greeted by elders, they know there is a significance in this act, and they try to look for other greetings. Sometimes it is a good exercise for the teacher to bring greeting cards in the classroom, and then she distributes the greeting cards to all the students. She does not need to buy the new ones. She can just collect them as a resource, the old ones, and she can also ask the students to bring their own old greeting cards, and then she can ask the students to use the version that is written on the greeting card they have in their hand, and to teach them intonation. That is a lovely way to teach intonation and word stress to our students. They love to look at the greeting cards. The students, they get bored to look at the textbook all the time. They need to have some extra resources to look at and be motivated to do something. When they will have a greeting card in their hand, they would find it more fun to learn something which is written on that. Usually, it has been noticed that learners do not really pay attention to the notice board. Also, the teacher needs to tell the students that they need to look at the notice boards and notice the important information written there. There can be another good activity of intonation and speaking skills related to notice boards. The teacher can ask the students to go to the school notice board and write down a sentence they find interesting on the board. For that matter, of course, the notice board has to have some notices on it. Of course, if there are no notices on it, the students would be disappointed. So the teacher must make sure that there are notices on the board, and then she asks the students to go to the notice board, look at the board, and see what is interesting for them. They can either copy the sentence or they can just memorize it, and then when they come to the class, they tell the teacher what they have noticed on the notice board, and they can just speak the sentence with intonation and correct pronunciation. This activity will not only lead the students to get into a habit of reading the notice board, which is a very good practice for their information, but it will also be able to make them understand different words, their meanings, intonation practice, pronunciation practice, and also they would come to know what is happening as a group, and they can also have a further discussion on the notices that are written on the board. Sometimes some discussions, they arise from the notice board, and it becomes a very healthy exercise in speaking for the students, and it is also a discussion where they can express their views. So the teachers can get much more rewards from doing a simple activity of sending the children to look at the notice board, read a sentence, come back with the information, share it with the group, pronounce it, learn the meanings, and also learn the speaking skills, and also be confident about what is happening in their school. So from one activity, they can be able to do so many, and this would reward the students in the sense that they would build up a habit of looking at the notice boards, and also while they are traveling, they would be in a habit to read the road signs, which is another habit to be developed amongst the students to become good citizens, that they are able to read the signs on the road and follow rules and regulations.